Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So today our discussion will be about Saṅkhārapaccayā Viññāṇa. So last time we were reading the sutta. It is about the dependent origination, right? So we were reading. We were reading. Yeah, I can get it quickly, yeah?
Yeah, you can get it, but
So we went through it, and actually I had the information we can send you. And so the second point is, last we were discussing about how ignorance play a role as a condition for the saṅkhāra. Avijja, paccaya, saṅkhāra. Okay, so saṅkhāra means what? Glorifications. Okay, so there basically we discuss about the avijja only. What is the ignorance? What is the avijja means? So now today, so having in mind that information about what is avijja. So what is the avijja? What last time we said? Basically not knowing about the Four Noble Truth, right? So what is the Four Noble Truth? Suffering, the cause of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and the path to end suffering. Okay, this is the very Buddhist understanding of ignorance. Or in another way, not understanding the dependent theory, and also not understanding the reality of conditioned things. So what are the conditioned things? Everything is a conditioned things. I think we even discussed, like, can you find something that is not, that is cannot put in the dependent origination? Is there anything else which is, existing like independently? So there's nothing. Everything is dependent. So the real nature of such thing is impermanence. It's changing. It's never last forever. It's always changing. So in the short form, we may not see, like for example, how our childhood and today, right? So when we look ourselves to the mirror, we don't see any change. But in time, if you put that time period, you will see there's a change, right? There's a change. So it is very difficult to have a look these things, because we are not looking the things what is changing. We are looking at how these changing things can make forever, can sustain, can keep it as it is. So that is what we are struggling with. Can I be happy every day? Can I let go all my suffering? So this is what we are working for. But what the Buddha said is that look at the reality of it. Even the emotions, even the happiness is not forever. Even the sadness is not forever. Sometimes we happen to think like suffering is permanent, happiness is impermanent. So, but actually it's not that. Both are happening, both are impermanence. But where is our attachment? Where is our detachment? What we like, we want it to continue. What we don't like, we want to end it. So we like happiness, we want to stick with it, we want to continue it, we want to experience it more and more. So we don't like the suffering, then we want to, let it go, neglect it, go away from this. But in reality, actually, whatever so-called happiness or unhappiness, sad, whatever it is, actually the same feeling. Even like the daytime, one day you take the morning, evening, afternoon, late night, there's so many different feelings are coming. These are not same feelings. Sometimes in the morning you enjoy the coffee in the morning, but you don't want to, means you don't enjoy this coffee in the afternoon maybe. So there you have the kind of pattern, oh, it's not good, this and that. But if it is morning, yes. So what is it wrong with the coffee, or is wrong with our things? Of course, it's something like we have to understand here, like the mechanism, right? So mostly it's about actually about ourselves. The last time also I will talk, actually war is there, but we are suffering. we have a lots of comments about this war. It's not really because of anything. It's because we see somehow this war is connected with ourselves, our life. So directly or indirectly, then we have a kind of difference, thoughts about it. Some people lie, some people don't lie, some people comments about positively, some people comments negatively. So again, these are the difference, change and difference from person to person. So what I want to say is that, so avidya means not understanding these impermanency, the theory of impermanency. That is also ignorance. Now, how this ignorance lead us to the sankhara. Today we'll talk about it. So here again you see the two terms, Saṅkhārapaccayā, Viññāṇa. We will have the translation, we will talk about it. Now Saṅkhāra is the one word, Saṅkhāra means, okay, let's go for this one. Okay, the Pali words, can you see? The Pali word Saṅkhāra is derived from the combination of two things. The suffix is sam or sang, okay, means together. The noun is, or the root is, kara, means doing or making. Saṅkhāra, so together is becomes sankhara. So in the combination with other things, sankhara in the combination with other things, condition or form things and is also combined or formed by other things. So sankhara means actually is something formed, is happened, it became so with other factors. Okay, that's the meaning. For example, as I said, now here you see nothing, right? But now I had a pen, I had a color pen, and I will start drawing. So because of my hands, because of my idea, because the ink, because the pen, the flowers, beautiful rivers, mountains, sun will be appears here. So something, the sankhara is actually something appears based on cause and conditions. Okay, and together. So sometimes in this sense, sankhara can be described as a conditioner. Okay, there's a few, because condition and conditioned. Okay, and also conditioning, depending on the contextual which it is used. So for example, now you say avidya, okay, ignorance was the condition for sankhara, right? And sankhara will be cause for the Viññāṇa, consciousness. The next we will talk about the Saṅkhārapaccayā Viññāṇa. Okay, that means how this sankhara play as a role, as a cause for the Viññāṇa, consciousness. We will talk about. So today we will talk about this sankhara. Okay, this sankhara. So I know now I'm always saying the sankhara, the words, because I want you to have has a seat about these words. As I said always, avidya. So yes, ignorance, when you say ignorance means actually there are so many meanings are coming. But as I said, once the ignorance, the classical term so-called the avidya is actually something beyond the ordinary understanding of ignorance. So that's why for that purpose actually I'm trying to use the word sankhara. So maybe I will speak this word 100 times today. I hope at least you will get somewhere and you will get it. Okay? Saṅkhārapaccayā Viññāṇa. Viññāṇa is consciousness. So and actually it is very difficult to translate these words. Of course, we will talk about the translate. We have some translation, but still it's very difficult to translate these words like others, like the dukkha, the term dukkha. So the dukkha you can translate in many ways: suffering, dissatisfaction, painful, this and that. But there is no the translation. There's no the translation. All of these are a translation of that words. The same word, yeah. So sankhara refers to the conditioned phenomena in generally, okay? Especially it refers to the all mental dispositions, okay? So this disposition is one translation for the word sankhara. You see the sankhara here, right? Yeah, the sankhara, so disposition and volitional, you see? Volitional, right? They are also called volitional formation because they are formed as a result of volition. They are a cause of the future volitional action. So we will understand all this, what is the evolution, action, all this we will understand this in the few coming slides. So also in the dependent originations, okay, the Saṅkhāra refers to the karma. Okay, now this is the very good, very important. So how the karma, okay, how the karma, how we carry the karma. Actual karma is in Saṅkhāra, and because of the ignorance, as we said, Saṅkhāra will go, and karma is hidden in this Saṅkhāra, and it's go with us. Can you get the pictures? So is the right circle? Yes, is a circle now. So as you say, ignorance start, because of ignorance, Saṅkhāra is there. Now in this particular slide, we are talking about how the karma, okay, go like from birth to birth, or this samsara. So Saṅkhāra will actually the karma will in this Saṅkhāra. Okay, so sometimes so Saṅkhāra, that is how the things we will talk about, because here Saṅkhāra means actually some kind of action. Okay, some kind of action we will say, like volitional action, thoughts, physical action, we will say. Okay, so Saṅkhāra refers to the karma, Saṅkhārapaccayā, that leads to the conditioned things arising or dependent originations. Okay, these are the English, some of the translation, okay, for the words Saṅkhāra, conditioned things. So what are the conditioned things again? Now, if I say, can you tell me something, or can you create some things? For example, these are the conditioned things, right? Yeah. The conditioned things. To become the remote like this. If it is only like this also, this set like same, can we take the says remotes? No. It should have some words, button like this, and all this become as a remotes. Yeah. So for example, now you say it's a glass of a tea, okay, teacup. So if it is there's no tea leaves, only the water, we will say is water, right? So whatever we label is, okay, we will say actually will come actually even we label it. There is also a kind of the things let us go to this and that. So is actually the phenomena, okay, phenomena when the things comes together, that according to that cause and condition, that thing is happen, and we give a name of that. Okay, so for example, I open the eye, I see some things. Now let me give you an example. Like for example, do you know what is Kamala? You don't know, right? So okay, now let me explain. I asked you, do you know what is Kamala? You don't know. So now let me explain. Kamala means orange. Okay. Now I'm asking you, do you know what is Kamala? Because you heard it, right? You had some. Yeah. So you had no idea about what Kamala means before until I say it. But once I explain it, you have some ideas. You heard my sound. You was paying attention. You were ear, attention, the sound, all these, and you got an ideas. Okay, Kamala means something called orange. So you see, so the condition now happened. It was not there, but once the relevant cause and condition met together, then there is things happen. So this conditioned things, conditioned phenomena. Okay. So these are some of the translation, eliminations, and fabrication, formation. Also formation, also mental formation. Also sometimes, most of the time, so people use this term so-called the formation. Okay, particularly when they're referring to the mental process. Okay, volitional formations. You see, volitional formations, mental process. Okay. So Saṅkhāra, okay, Saṅkhāra refers to conditioned thing, dependent position, mental imprint, all the aggregates in the world, physical, mental combinations, and all the phenomena state early Buddhism. So conditioned things, it can refers to any compound form of universe, whether tree, cloud, human beings, thought, anything. So all the things like what is said, all these things are form so and so due to the relevant cause and conditions. Okay, the tree. So when the tree, I mean, you say the tree, which I mean that the leaves are these from the forest, is the flowers, the bark, is the roots. But if it is cut and is put into the shop, you don't say it's a tree. Again, it's become the wood, right? So you see how the things. So once there is a relevant cause and conditions are there, then that things are there. Okay, cloud, even human beings. So human beings are the collection of five aggregates. Okay, five aggregates and thoughts. With the thoughts. So thoughts not just happen. Is the incident, your memory, your awareness, and the thoughts coming. For example, when you see the very nice weather, how do you feel? Ah, so it's very nice day. It's a great day. Wow, it's good to go for a walk, go for hiking. You see, even how the external things change or modify our thoughts. If it is raining, if it's cloud, it's just a lazy day, I don't want to go work, this and that, lots of things. You see, even the thoughts are also conditions. So here, one thing we have to understand here is that, so whenever whenever the thoughts appear, we need to be mindful about it. We need to understand that, okay, behind this thought is not me actually who are thinking due to cause and conditions and my awareness, and I carrying these thoughts. And if it is like suffering, painful thoughts, what is this? Because because the cause and conditions that thoughts appear. For example, we are walking, somebody hit, okay, and how can these people do you know how to walk properly? Okay, that thoughts appear, and now what we sometimes do is we carry these thoughts, and we make it more. Sometimes we make it more big thoughts, like more unwholesome thoughts. Sometimes we, so many things we can do we can modify this thought in many ways. Even we can write. Sometimes you go home and you like a post, or you know how the people nowadays this and that modern people don't understand blah 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 like this blah, 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 blah. How disgusting it is. You see. So that's why Buddha said in one stanza, mute mutamattang bhavisati. That means when the thoughts are there, when the thoughts appeared, it's just not as a thought. If it is unwholesome, of course, if it is wholesome, you must take care of it. Okay, wholesome, a new thought, a wholesome thought, a meritorious thought, you must continue. Okay, because that is what will give you some kind of joy, happiness, and liberated. But for others, you must be take care of to let it go and put it there. Okay, because if you know it's burning your hand, do you want to carry the fire? No, right? You want to throw it, right? Same. So it's the fire. Anger is fire. Such unwholesome thought is fire, and it's harming you. So we should not carry it. Okay, yeah. So these are the some of I think we will come. Okay, this is the important. I think let's read a little bit. Okay, so everything that is physical and visible in the phenomenal world are the conditioned things or aggregate or mental condition. The Buddha thought that all the sankharas, okay, are impermanent, essenceless, since conditioned things and dispositions are perception and do not have a real essence. Okay. Real essence, they are not reliable source for pleasure. They are impermanent. Understand the significance of this reality is wisdom. Okay, so not understanding is not understand this situation is avijja, ignorance. Understanding this is wisdom. Okay, the conditioned things. Okay, since the word Saṅkhāra is so what is again like you see it's about the Four Noble Truth, Buddhist theory of dependent origination, Paticca that we are discussing now, how the ignorance and misconception about the impermanence and non-self leads to the tanha and craving. Remember, as we discussed, avijja and tanha, craving, are always together. These are the things. Okay. So in these suttas where Buddha was talking about Mahapanibbana Sutta, okay, and the disciples, that means Buddha was talking about the fellow monks. This I declare you that all conditioned things are subject to disintegrations, service and for the liberations. So handhani bhikkave, amantaya govika dhamma saṅkhārapaccayā sampadeta. That means the Buddha was in this parinibbana siddha means, so what is the last words of the Buddha? What is the last message of the Buddha? Was actually this one. Handhanhani bhikkave vayadhamma saṅkhāra. Okay, that means that the last is every conditions things are impermanence. That is what they actually get the message at the last, when the last message of the Buddha. Okay, we will find out. You will find out. We will share about this actually. And okay, these are the things actually we are coming down to the Monday. So again, there is another. So sankhara as an action, daily life. This is very important. So all those things start from here, because now if someone, okay, now he said, okay, I'm here. Now I want to free from suffering. So where to start? I mean, the starting point should be like the present moment. Like, okay, this is the moment I'm going to do something towards that. Okay, either learning, practicing, developing, whatever it is. So it's always from the present moment. So here, action part is actually what is happening in our daily life. Okay, this will leads us to have more concrete idea and become the sankhara and go birth to birth. So we will see what is the sankhara in the action form. Saṅkhāra form refers to the forms creating the faculty of mind. It's a part of the doctrine or condition arising or dependent origination. Okay, in this sense, the saṅkhāra is karmically active volition and intention. This is very important. So try to remember this. Saṅkhāra is, though you cannot, this is the very important point. Okay, saṅkhāra is karmically active volition and intentions. Okay, so it generates the births and influence to the realms of rebirths. Okay, the synonyms with the karma includes action, bodily action, speech, and mind. So what does it mean here? So as you said, what will go with us? Okay, according to early Buddhist understanding, Theravada Buddhist understanding, when we die, what will go with us is not all the material that we have earned or accumulated, but the karma. So it can be the bad karma, it can be the good karma. Okay, so what the karma means? It's actually again intention. Okay, cetana aham bhikkave kammang vadami. Monks, I say, according to me, according to dharma, the intention is the karma. Okay, what kind of intention you have in that karma? When you say something, what is the intention behind that karma? When you do something, what's your intention behind that karma? When you think something, what's your intention behind that karma? Okay, that is so according to that intention, the pure intention and impure intention, right? So with that, we'll classify whether it's the wholesome or unwholesome, is a meritorious or demerit opinion. Okay. So, and that is what actually, as we said, karma as a part of the saṅkhāra will go from birth to birth. So instead of actually I giving a lots of an idea, I try to read this because then you have a kind of understanding, like direct understanding, rather than saying a lot. So I think now you have some idea. So until now, what I want to say is that saṅkhāra is volition. Okay, it's the volition, and this saṅkhāra is of course we go from this birth to birth. And one of the most important part of this saṅkhāra is our action, that is the karma. Okay, so once we we understand about the Saṅkhāra, and actually we will more aware about our action. We will more aware about our action, because we will motivate to do wholesome. We should motivate, because the pain of unwholesome action is very painful. Okay, that's why we do need to do this. Okay, I think this also need to read, and then we will go discussion. So the Saṅkhārapaccayā state that living beings are reborn. Okay, reborn, bhava, or become, by means of action of bodily, action of body and speech and karma. The Buddha stated that all the volitional constructs are conditioned by what? Ignorance. So can you see the links? Like, I don't know, I did that mistake. There are some, as we say, that courts, we go courts, there are some files, there are some cases, some murders are there. If you asking why I did so, I don't know what was happened that time. I was like a mad. I don't know what happened that to me. And or sometimes like I had no idea I didn't thought about that. So it is like the level of ignorance. Like now, okay, he don't know the reason behind killing in a general level, plus in the ultimate level. In general, he don't know that I didn't thought that I want to kill him. Okay, but somehow I did it. And also I didn't know that this killing is the unwholesome things and is suffering. Not only this particular life, but throughout the samsara. So you see, no general idea, no absolute samsaric idea, totally ignorance. Okay, so with that ignorance, when we don't know about this, what is suffering, how the suffering, behind our suffering, there is some causes, conditions. Even those causes, also one part of them is actual karma also. So when we do whatever we face, according to Buddhist understanding, yes, some people mistakenly take that, okay, this is my karma. That's why everything happening because of my karma. Not everything happening because of your karma. Okay, yes. When we say the karma, they are saying sometimes it's like past karma. No, it's can be the present karma also. So where do you put this past? You can put this past karma like 1 hour earlier, 1 day earlier, 1 week earlier, 1 month earlier, 1 year earlier, or 1 life earlier. Where do you put this so-called the past? So it can be even like what I have done something wrong yesterday and I'm facing the consequences of that. It not necessarily need to be like the last life. But of course, the last life's karma also can be influenced to this, what the suffering that I'm going through. So sometimes Buddhist people, very traditional Buddhist people, they are very quick to jump to the side, okay, it's all this happening because of my karma. So we are not saying it's not so, but the problem is here, if we put all whatever happening nowadays to the karma, then it will be like, then you cannot apply the impermanence theory. Even there is change. If you take like it will be like sasatava, there's unchanged. That these two extreme, like there's no change. How you will be the same exactly. It's not like that. Even karma change. Even karma also change. How karma change? Even like if we have something like the bad karmas, so what you need to do is you make more good karmas. So when we do good karmas, so those, the karma, unwholesome karma will vanish. So for example, it's a glass of water now, so tea is there. So if you just pour the normal water, hot water, after 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles, you will not find the tea here. It will be the water. Same things, like in the same way, you have merits. You have lots of merits. You are very good, doing very well. But unfortunately, we accumulated more demerits, and merits cannot be found. Say both sides. I have the potential to understand the reality. I have a good intention to do something good. Okay, I'm doing well, but unfortunately, somehow because of another because of my unwholesome activities, the potentiality, the good merits of that, the seat of that good merits is destroyed, is hidden, is go below, is go down, is cannot be found because you have a lots of what demerit seats of demerits. So that's why which side you want to the increase, wholesome or unwholesome, punya or papa. Again, that is also need to be done by ourselves. I can think. So understanding about the sankhara is very important. Understanding sankhara is very important. So when what I think, how I say, what I do, everything's become my karma. And that karma will go with me as a part of sankhara. So now, if I don't want to be suffer, should I do the unwholesome things? No. Now you see, not knowing what we discussing, like this thing, like karma and sankhara, ignorance. The people who have no idea and never heard about these things, do you think they will think about like